Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about the 1993 film Shazaam, starring Sinbad. Stay tuned.
When everybody hates it, we think it's okay. When everybody likes it, we gotta complain. We're quite contrary.
Thank you, and welcome to Quite Contrary, where we share our opinions about your favorite things, whether you like it or not. I'm Zach Nanmus, and today we're going to be talking about Shazaam. Johnny is off camera today. He's got a question for me. It's got something to do with one of my favorite movies, to be honest. But Johnny, so that we're not wasting so much time with the intro anymore, why don't you just tell me the question?
Yeah, I just want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think of the movie Shazaam.
Well, Shazaam was a competitor. It's one of those competitor movies, kind of like Ants and A Bug's Life came out at the same time.
Hold on.
What?
You know that movie isn't real. Shazaam never existed.
I'm sorry, what?
It wasn't real. It's what they call the Mandela Effect. It never actually happened.
Why I get so passionate about people saying that Shazaam wasn't real is because it was the superior product. You know, you had Sinbad, and who was Shazaam? It was Shaquille O'Neal. Is that right?
Yeah.
Not a comedian, not an actor, not a performer. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love Shaquille O'Neal, but you don't want him in your movie for a lot of reasons. Okay, you want Sinbad because he's funny. He's a talented performer, very comfortable on screen. The cartoon dog, the way that he interacted with it, I really felt like it was there. You hadn't seen something like that since Who Framed Roger Rabbit, okay? And that was a masterpiece. And the way that they added that effect was equally masterful. How do people not get that? Now, what a lot of people don't appreciate about Shazaam, because, you know, it's a dorky kids movie, you know, had the guy from House Guest in it and stuff like that. But the thing is that Schindler's List came out the same year. And the fact that this movie with Sinbad was also able to go into Nazi Germany, because he's a genie, he's got time travel powers. He was able to go into Nazi Germany and make it funny. And make it funny. And it was sort of like this healing thing for Hollywood, because Schindler's List was such a heartbreaker, and it was nice to be able to go back into theaters the very next week and then, you know, see the dancing Nazi girls, you know? And sure, maybe it's not incredibly sensitive to the plight of Nazi Germany at the time, but, you know, nothing is sacred in comedy. I'm not going to act like there weren't missteps. The comic book tie-in that was geared specifically for adults with an X rating, not only does it not respect the fan base, because, you know, it's skewed, well, I mean, the demographic was something like, you know, 10 to 14. But also, nobody wants to see Sinbad like that. He's a funny guy, not a particularly attractive one, you know what I'm saying? And I, like many other fans of the movie, wouldn't go so far as to say that the musical numbers surpassed, you know, musical classics like Wizard of Oz. I would say that they crushed them. The music, and all original music, by the way, is, you know, it's so poignant while being timeless, you know, and it's incredibly topical. They mention Bill Clinton, they mention Ross Perot, they mention AOL.com. Honestly, without the contributions of Shazaam, I don't think that the internet would even exist. And to say that about the greatest musical of all time is really an honor and a joy for me. And I can't believe that it's wrapped up in a cult classic that absolutely nobody remembers, but I know why. And that has a lot to do with the way Sinbad actually felt about the movie and the way that he was promoting it on things like The Tonight Show, The Jay Leno Show, etc. Well, Jay Leno is Tonight Show. But there were a couple of instances where he actually went out and said some untrue things about this movie. He accused it of hypnotizing children to stab their parents. He said that on more than one occasion he drops an F-bomb while talking to clergy members. And these, you know, I feel like most people have seen those interviews, you know, but they haven't seen the movie. Don't take Sinbad's word for Sinbad's work, because it's not just him. Okay, it's the screenwriters, it's the lyricists, it's the people who put all the time into the music, it's the cartoon dog. Who doesn't love Macaulay Culkin? Pantsless was an odd choice, but they found ways to shoot around it. I don't know why people are upset by that. Yes, the breakfast cereal causes hallucinations, but that actually makes the movie better. If you're eating a bowl of Shazaam cereal, watching the movie, okay, maybe another TV for the animated series, which they sync up like Dark Side of the Moon, by the way, and then you just eat up that bowl of who knows what. They had a special promotional deal with the FDA where they didn't have to disclose that kind of thing, and it's just, it is the 90s. It is nostalgia to me, and it puts my brain back to that point right before I spent a few months in the hospital, where I just remember what it's like to be innocent and just enjoy something for what it is. I guess in the end, what I'm getting at here is that everybody should, at some point in their life before they die, see Shazaam, because it's a very good movie. I would call it Sinbad's opus. I would call it the spiritual successor to Gone with the Wind, some 60 years later, and I absolutely adore it. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube somewhere. My throat's getting a little dry. And if you can't, you could probably email Sinbad directly, because they get on America Online a lot, and what people don't realize is that email worked. It was a thing for the show, or a thing for the movie. They used it in the television show too. But just get in touch with Sinbad. It's Shazaam and his pup at AOL.com, and he'll send you a laser disc of the movie, and just enjoy yourself, because life's too short to not watch Shazaam. I want to thank you for your time and invite you to click some of these links. I think I'm going to go lie down.